Hari Om Nana.
Hari Om Talli.
The live stream has begun. Once it is 7 your time, you can start. And I will check your email. Inka check cheyaledu. I'll check it out.
Okay, right.
Nana, madla touch Nana.
Okay, thank you. ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं चैव ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। अथ श्रीमद्भगवद्गीता
Shall I chant, Nana?
अथ नवमोऽध्यायः। ओके। राजविद्या राजगुह्ययोगः
Shri Rajavidya Rajaguhya Yogaha Shri Bhagavanuvacha Idam tu te guhyatamam pravakshyamyanasuyave Jnanam vijnana sahitam yajñātvā mokshase shubhat. Rajavidya Rajaguhyam Pavitramidamuttamam Pratyakshaavagamam dharmyam Susukham kartumavyayam Ashraddadhana purushaha Dharmasyasya parantapa Aprapyamam nivartante Mrityu samsara vartmani. मया ततमिदं सर्वं जगदव्यक्तमूर्तिना मत्स्थानि सर्वभूतानि न चाहं तेष्वस्थितः न च मत्स्थानि भूतानि पश्य मे योगमैश्वरम् भूतभृन्न च भूतस्थः ममात्मा भूतभावनः यथाकाशस्थितो नित्यं वायुः सर्वत्र गोमहान् तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि मत्स्थानीत्युपधारय सर्वभूतानि कौन्तेय प्रकृतिं यान्ति मामिकां कल्पक्षये पुनस्तानि कल्पादौ विसृजाम्यहम् प्रकृतिं स्वामवष्टभ्य विसृजामि पुनः पुनः भूतग्राममिमं कृत्स्नम् अवशं प्रकृतेर्वशात् न च मां तानि कर्माणि निबध्नन्ति धनञ्जय उदासीनवदासीनम् असक्तं तेषु कर्मसु मयाध्यक्षेण प्रकृतिः सूयते सचराचरम् हेतुनानेन कौन्तेय जगद्विपरिवर्तते अवजानन्ति मां मूढाः मानुषीं तनुमाश्रितं परं भावमजानन्तः मम भूतमहेश्वरम् मोघकर्माणः मोघाशामोघकर्माणो मोघज्ञानाविचेतसः राक्षसीमासुरीं चैव प्रकृतिं मोहिनीं श्रिताः महात्मानस्तु मां पार्थ दैवीं प्रकृतिमाश्रिताः भजन्त्यनन्यमनसः ज्ञात्वा भूतादिमव्ययम् सततं कीर्तयन्तो मां यतन्तश्च दृढव्रताः नमस्यन्तश्च मां भक्त्या नित्ययुक्ता उपासते ज्ञानयज्ञेन चाप्यन्ये यजन्तो मामुपासते एकत्वेन पृथक्त्वेन बहुधा विश्वतो मुखम् अहं क्रतुरहं यज्ञः स्वधाहमहमौषधम् मन्त्रोऽहमहमेवाज्यम् अहमग्निरहं हुतम् पिताहमस्य जगतः माता धाता पितामहः वेद्यं पवित्रमोङ्कारः ऋक्सामयजुरेव च गतिर्भक्ता प्रभुः साक्षी निवासः शरणं सुहृत् प्रभवः प्रलयस्थानं निधानं बीजमव्ययम् तपाम्यहमहं वर्षं निगृह्याम्युत्सृजामि च अमृतं चैव मृत्युश्च सदसच्चाहमर्जुन त्रैविद्या मां सोमपाः पूतपापा यज्ञैरिष्ट्वा स्वर्गतिं प्रार्थयन्ते ते पुण्यमासाद्य सुरेन्द्रलोकम् अश्नन्ति दिव्यान् दिवि देवभोगान् ते तं भुक्त्वा स्वर्गलोकं विशालम् क्षीणे पुण्ये मर्त्यलोकं विशन्ति एवं त्रयी धर्ममनुप्रपन्नाः गतागतं कामकामा लभन्ते अनन्याश्चिन्तयन्तो मां ये जनाः पर्युपासते तेषां नित्याभियुक्तानां योगक्षेमं वहाम्यहम्.
Hari Om. Can you please get back to verse number 7?
Yeah.
Thank you. Number 7. Yeah. Here, Sarvabhutani Kaunteya Prakritim Yanti Mamikam Kalpakshaye. Punaha Tani Kalpado Vishrujamyaham. See, what we need to read is this way. Sarvabhutani Kaunteya Prakritim Yanti Mamikam. Prakritim Yanti Mamikam Kalpakshaye. Punaha, again, Tani Kalpadau Vishrujamyaham. That is, at the time of Kalpakshaya, they simply come back into me, okay, into Avyaktam. That's what we have seen in the 8th chapter. In the 8th chapter, we have seen from the living Jagat, from the vibrant Jagat, at the time of Kalpakshaya, the Jagat will be absorbed into Avyaktam. And afterwards, at the time of Prabhavaha, at the time of Brahmaji's daytime, that is called Kalpa. Kalpado, that is what is here. Kalpado, Visrujamyaham, that happens. All beings, Arjuna, go to my Prakriti at the dissolution of the cycle of creation. Again, at the beginning of the cycle, I create them. Yeah. Next verse. We were at the 8th verse yesterday, I think. Prakritim swamavashtabhya visrujami punah punaha. Punaha punaha, again and again. Prakritim swam avashtabhya. That is wielding a controlling influence on the Prakriti. The Prakriti is nothing but Maya. Prakritim swam avashtabhya visrujami punah punaha. I keep on creating again and again. Bhutagramam imam krishnam avasham prakriter vashat. Bhutagramam imam, all these which pertains to the Jagat, everything, krishnam entirely, completely, avasham prakritehe vashat. And I have as though no control, avasham prakritehe vashat, because everything is based on the prakriti. Here we need to consider one thing, like when we are in the Vyavaharika world, in the Jagrata Avastha, what happens is the mind is capable of thinking a lot of things, a lot of thoughts, but we have no control on what the mind thinks. And what the mind thinks depends on the Prakriti, Swaswa Prakriti, our own Prakriti. And that Prakriti is what? It is Maya Janitam. Ananta Koti Janmanam Samskara Bhutam. That will manifest, how it manifests, at what time it manifests, and what does it listen, how does it react, what does it see, what does it project. All these things are not known to even the mind. Everything is Prakritehe Vashat. Avasham Prakritehe Vashat. When we are like that, even Bhagavan is like that. Only difference is, Bhagavan said, Prakritim Swam Avashtabhya. Avashtabhya controlling. He is the Maya Atitaha, Prakriti Atitaha. We are Prakriti Adhinaha. We are Maya Adhinaha. We have no controlling influence on our Prakriti. Whereas Bhagavan has got Prakritim Swam Avashtabhya Visrujami Puna Punaha Bhutagramamam Krishnam Avasham Prakritehe Vashat. Avasham Prakritehe Vashat. This Maya Vashat. And Maya has got different roles on different people. Based on that, their Prakritis are generated. And that is the basis on which this Avasham Prakritehe Vashat Punaha Punaha Visrujami, that happens. Keeping my own Prakriti under control, again and again I create this entire group of beings necessarily by the force of Prakriti. I create, this I create. And in the next verse or so, he will say, that does not bind me at all. I create. And in another verse, he says, in my presence, in my mere Sakshi presence, Prakriti will do everything. Nachamam tani karmani nibadhanti dhananjaya udasinam Udasinavadasinam asaktam teshu karmasu. I have no attachment to the karmas. Asaktam teshu karmasu. Udasinavat asinam. I sit as though I am unconcerned. Udasinavat asinam. Neither raga is there, nor dvesha is there. There is no preference. There is no attachment to any particular action. There is no attachment to any particular being. Udasinavat asinam asaktam. This is unattached. Teshu karmasu. In those karmas, I am as though udasinavat asinam. Nachamamta kantani karmani nibudhanti dhananjaya. Mam, me, tani karmani na nibadnanti dhananjaya. Those karmas, those activities do not bind me at all. Because in effect, I am not doing. In my presence, the Prakriti is doing. Because in my presence, the Prakriti is doing, I am not doing. These karmas do not bind me at all. I have no karma phala that attaches to me. Neither do I have any kartrutva bhavana because I am asaktaha, satchitananda swarupaha. We can also say that. We can also say that. Nachamam tani karmani nibadhanti dhananjaya udasina vatasinam asaktam teshu karmasu. When can we say this? When can we say this? In the fifth chapter, there is a beautiful verse. Pashyan shrunvan sprushyan jigran ashnan gachan swapan shwasan pralapan visrujan grundhan unmishan nimishan napi indriyan indriyadheshu vartantaiti dharayan paranto ham na kinchit karomi iti tattvavit manyeta. Is it not?
Yes.
All these activities are done by the indriyas. Parantu, I am not doing anything. Aham na kinchit karomi iti tattvavit manyeta. The tattvavit, the person who knows the truth of this, will think like that, is required to think like that. Manyeta means is required to think like that. Udasina vadasinam asaktam teshu karmasu.
If
Now
you
next
interpolate,
Hmm?
if you interpolate this these two verses,
Hmm.
kalpakshaye punasthani kalpadav visrijamyaham.
Hmm.
This one, if you interpolate to a human life,
Hmm.
in our day-to-day life, in the morning when we wake up, it is like kalpadav, we are in the jagrada avastha, and towards the night it is like pralaya for Brahmaji. We're going back into some nothingness. But
Yeah.
but then That is about a tattvavit. It is not for any muda or ajnani. What I meant was, if you interpolate the whole thing, if you extrapolate it, yes, what Bhagwan says is.
Yeah, that I like your thought of extrapolation, but look at it this way. When the pralaya, that is when you are going to sleep, it is indeed not a pralaya. You are acting in a different way in a dream world. You are very, very active. Your Taijasa Swabhava is manifesting very immensely. And
No, I
that
meant
is
deep sleep, not sleep, not just. I'm talking of sushupti. Sushupti, when that happens, that is almost like pralaya because only you exist. There's nothing else that is happening. So that is likened to pralaya, and your Jagrada Avastha is likened to kalpa.
Yes and no, because
Yeah.
yes, because I like your analysis. It's okay, right? No, because you come out of the sushupti yourself, and your coming out of the sushupti is because of your prakriti janita swabhavaha. That force will make you come out of sushupti, and there is no Bhagavan required there. Kalpadau Visrujamyaham. That's not there. From the Sushupti, nobody needs to recreate you. You kind of are there, and you are awake to your Jagrada Avastha reality. You will simply come back. That's why I said yes and no. Yes, because of the kind of analysis. Okay, it looks like it is reasonably good. But no, because the dream state is there when the kalpa, when pralaya happens, the dream state, you are
That is
sucked
like
into
the
that.
period between kalpa and pralaya.
Correct. Okay. Prakritim swamavashtabhya visrujami punah punaha bhutagramamemam krishnam avasham prakritervashat. Avasham prakritervashat. You can actually, you show that verse, you can actually relate it to the way your prakriti will manifest without your knowledge. Your prakriti will manifest in the form of a vritti in the mind, a thought in the mind, of which you have no control. Isn't it? Avasham. What the mind thinks, you have no control. And how does it happen? It happens because of your prakriti. Your prakriti is samskara janitam. And that is samskara is what? Aneka janmanam. And how did all these janmas happen? Mayodbhavam. And on this you have no control, avasham. Without any control on that, prakritehe vashat, the mind keeps on thinking. The mind keeps on thinking. Somebody praises you and you react in a way. You may react in a humble way, and you may react in a very proud way. Yes, I have done so many things. I really richly deserved all this accolade. Is one way of you are reacting to a praise from somebody else. The other way around is what? A lot of people are getting this kind of recognition. I am not the only one. It is an ordinary thing, sir. Thank you so much. This is a humble way of reacting. And how you will react, you have no control. Avasham. Avasham depends on who is praising you. Is he a person of noble nature, a trustworthy nature, a friend-like person, or a person who is trying to find fault with you all the time? And somehow he wants some favors of you and he's as though praising you. When you come to know this, your reaction to that is going to be different. And that reaction will be generated by your prakriti. Avasham prakritehe vashat. Even you, the mind can say that The Jiva can say that. What to speak of Paramatma? Paramatma says, Avasham Prakrutehe Vashat. I will just be witnessing. Udasina Vadasinam Asaktam Teshu Karmasu in the 7th verse. Udasina Vat Asinam Asaktam Teshu Karmasu. Is it not? No. Seventh, is it? Seventh? Ninth, okay. Nachamam tani karmani nibadhanti dhananjaya. They do not bind me. Udasena vadasenam asaktam teshu karmasu. Now the 10th verse will beautifully mention Paramatma is simply saying, hey, I am the Rajavat. I am like the king emperor, and in whose presence only all kinds of activities will go on. Till I come, people will be as though getting ready to perform, and till I am seated and signal, yes, that you can start, nobody will start.
There's a similar shloka in Atmabodh also, right? There's a similar shloka in Atmabodh called Rajavat Sada.
Rajavat Sada. Correct. Very right. Very good. Maya Adhyakshena Prakritihi Suyate Sacharacharam. This Prakritihi, this Maya, Suyate will create Sachara Acharam. Everything. Krishnam Jagat, entire Jagat. Krishnam is entire, complete. Sachara Acharam. Chara Acharam. Acharam includes what? The trees, the mountains, okay, and whatever, the deserts. Sachara Acharam. Chara Acharam. Chara is what? You and I. Okay, the men and women. Then the various other Jivarashis, the Jalacharas, Bhucharas, Khagacharas. Khagacharas are what?
Birds.
Birds. Khaga. Okay. Suyate Sacharacharam. In my presence, Maya Adhyakshena. In my presidency, everything will happen. Maya Adhyakshena Prakritihi Suyate Sacharacharam. Hetunanena Kaunteya Jagad Viparivartate. Because of this, Jagad Viparivartate. Jagat will keep on having different kinds of changes also. Okay? Can you live this Pratipadardham a little? Yeah. Viparivartate. The world undergoes changes. Jagat Viparivartate. It undergoes changes, is it not? The changes are not only limited to the Jiva. It is limited to the Jiva supporting Jagat. Hetunanena kaunteya Jagat Viparivartate. Now, this is Maya Adhyakshena. In my mere presence. In my mere presence, everything happens. Even we can say that. Even we can say, in my mere presence, everything happens. In my presence, the mind is entertaining thoughts. In my presence only. And in my presence only, the thoughts in the mind keep on changing. Jagad viparivartate. Hetunanena kaunteya. Because of this, all these things happen. We can also say that Maya Adhyakshena Prakritihi Suyate Sacharacharam. Prakritihi means here our Prakriti, our Swaswabhavaha, our Swabhava also. Suyate Sachara Acharam. It will create Chara Acharam in the form of our thoughts. Maya Adhyakshena, because of the mere presence of I. I is what? Atma. Atma is there, and Atma does not do anything. Just merely it is Sakshi Bhutam. It is just a witness to what is happening. Without the witness, nothing happens. See the beauty of it. Without that witness, who is a non-performing fellow, that witness, Atma, nothing happens. If that witness is not there, nothing happens. If the witness is there, everything happens. Prakriti suyate sacharacharam. Hetunanena kaunteya jagatpi varivartate. Avajananti mam mudhaha manushim tanumashritam param bhavamajanantaha mama bhuta maheshwaram avajananti mam mudhaha. Avajananti. Jananti means what? They know. Avajananti means the reverse. They do not know. They do not know me. Who? Mudhaha. People without any proper thinking. Deluded people. Manushim tanumashritam. Because I have simply taken a Manushya Sharira. This is Krishna Bhagavan telling Arjuna. Manushim tanumashritam. And it is as though even Sri Rama is telling Lakshmana. You can equate that. Manushim tanumashritam avajananti mam mudaha param bhavam ajanantaha mama param bhavam ajanantaha. My supreme nature they do not know. Mama bhuta maheshwaram. Mama bhuta maheshwaram. Mudhaha ajavajananti mama bhuta maheshwaram. I am what? I am Maheshwara, not simple Ishvara. I am Maheshwara of what? Sarva Bhuta. Bhuta Maheshwaram. For all the beings, I am the Maheshwara. Bhuta Maheshwaram. Mama Bhuta Maheshwaram. Not knowing my limitless nature as the Lord of all beings, the deluded fail to recognize me, the one who obtains in the human body. The one who obtains in the human body, where is that? Where is that in the words? Param bhavam ajanantaha mama bhuta maheshwaram, as the Lord of all beings. Mudhaha manushim tanumashritam, as the one obtaining in the human body. And I have also as though taken the human body. Right? This kind of a verse is available, if you recollect, in the 7th chapter also. This kind of a verse, it's not the same verse, a kind of a verse. And that verse reads, what? 1 minute. Yeah, that is the 24th verse of the. No, not that. Not that. 1 moment. This is not in the 7th chapter. In the 8th chapter, Avyaktam yaktimapannam manyante mam abuddhayah param bhavamajanantaha mama vyayamanutamam. In the 8th chapter. Sorry, I said 7th chapter. Avyaktam, I am not available for your perception. Avyaktam vyaktimapannam, as though I have taken the visible form, Viktimapannam, Manyante. Manyante means they think. They perceive me and they think I'm only that. Mam abuddhayaha. People of no discrimination, no talent in analyzing. Param bhavam ajanantaha. My supreme nature, not knowing. Param bhavam ajanantaha. Mama bhuta maheshwaram. That mama bhuta maheshwaram. Here it is what? Same. Mama bhuta maheshwaram. Param bhavamajanantaha. Mama bhuta maheshwaram. It is the second line is almost the same. Right? So param bhavam ajanantaha mama bhota maheshwaram. The import of this verse is even telling Arjuna, because we are in the 9th chapter, and soon enough we will get into the 10th chapter, and Arjuna will request Paramatma to show him, not to show him, to narrate to him all his vibhutis, where all he is manifest, and in what he is more powerfully manifest for him to do jhanam and things like that. In the 10th chapter, he is going to ask, and this is the prelude as though for that. Param bhavam ajanantaha mama bhuta maheshwaram. It is as though telling Arjuna, don't limit your analysis of me, thinking I'm just the flute playing Krishna, and as the Parthasarathi only. I am much, much more superior. Param bhavam ajanantaha mama bhuta maheshwaram. And people who are like this, and what is their mental pursuit, what is their thinking, how do they desire a thing, and what kind of activities they undertake, and what kind of knowledge they have, all those things are going to be given in the next verse. Moghasha mogha karmanaha mogha jnana vichetasaha Rakshasim asurim chaiva prakritim mohinim shritaha. Moghasha. Mogha means wasteful. Wasteful. It is absolutely fruitless. Wasteful. Moghasha. Their desires and hopes are very vain. Okay? Those are vain hopes. Moghasha. Mogha karmanaha. And the activities they undertake also, they are purposeless and fruitless. Moghasha, mogha karmanaha. Like somebody who is always busy accomplishing nothing. He is always busy and does nothing. He keeps on moving here and there, etc. Moghasha, mogha karmanaha, mogha jnana, mogha jnanaha, and their knowledge, discrimination, their faculty of thinking also is a wasteful thing. Moghasha, mogha karmanaha, mogha jnana, vichetasaha. Vichetasaha. The chetas means the mind, buddhi, that inner equipment. Vichetasaha. It is not proper. It is not in good place. They have no vyavasayatmika buddhi also. Vichetasaha. Vichetasaha, what does it say here? Who have no discrimination. Yes. Vichetasaha. Rakshasim asurim chaiva. Rakshasim. Rakshasim asurim chaiva. Mohinim prakritim ashritaha. Deluding dispositions of Rakshasa and Asura. Rakshasa and Asura. Incidentally, this name Asura, how it has come, it's a funny thing. This Asura is indeed a very good name. If you go to the Kshira Sagara Madhanam, at the time of the Kshira Sagara Madhanam, a lot of things have evolved from out of the Kshira Sagara. And one of those is Sura. Sura is what? It's an intoxicating drink, Sura. Okay. And that Sura, where it came, the whoever, say Dhanvantari, suppose, who has offered this to the demons, they refused. They refused to partake that, because their intent was on Amritam, on the nectar for which they have been striving in the Ksirasagara. And they were at the head of Vasuki, and that head of Vasuki has been giving a lot of poisonous gases, and they have been somehow sustaining that. They know how difficult it is, and they did not want their difficult endeavor to go waste. So that Sura they refused to take. And Devatas they have taken. They have taken that intoxicating drink. That is why the Devas are called Suras. And the others, the demons, are called Asuras. This Asura is from the point of view of the Ksirasagara Madanam effects and things like that. It's a very good name, Asura. But somehow it is clubbed to the progeny of Diti and such like cousins of her, such like sisters of her, who have given rise to very terrifying people like Hiranyakashipa, Hiranyaksha, all those. Rakshasam, Asurim Chaiva, Prakritim Mohinim Shritaha. They take to very highly deluding dispositions and they spoil themselves and spoil people around them also. Those of vain hopes, of fruitless actions and useless knowledge. Can you please lift this up?
Yeah.
Who have no discrimination, indeed resort to the deluding dispositions of Rakshasa and Asura. Right? Vain hope, people with vain hopes, fruitless actions, useless knowledge. And useless knowledge, this useless knowledge, in the second chapter of the Gita, there is a sloka which says, Ascharyavat pashyati kaschidенam, Ascharyavat vadati tathaiva chanyaha, Ascharyavat chainamanya shrunoti, Shrutvaapyenam vedana chaiva kaschit, Ascharyavat chainam anya shrunoti. Some others listen to this as, oh, it's a wonder. And at the time of listening, if you limit your analysis to, oh, this is a wonder only and forget about it, that is a pursuit which is not fruitful. It will become mogha jnanaha, useless knowledge. Mogha jnanaha, vichetasaha, rakasi masurim cheva, Prakritim Mohinim Shritaha. And how about others who are much more advanced in their pursuit of Atma Vidya? Mahatmanastu mam Partha Daivim Prakritim Ashritaha Bhajanti Ananya Manasaha Jnatva Bhutadim Avyayam. Jnatva, having known Bhutadim, the beginning of the Bhutas, the creation, etc. Bhutadim Avyayam, which is indeclinable. And what is the cause? The cause for this Bhutadi is Avyayam. Mahatmanastu mam Partha. Mahatmanastu. Tu means whereas in contrast to those people who are moghashaha, mogha karmanaha, mogha jnana vichetasaha, rakshasim asurim chaiva, prakritim mohinim shritaha. As against that, compared to them, Mahatmanastu. Atma means mind. Here, Atma means mind. Mahatma means a person with a very noble mind. Very noble mind and a person who has got discriminating faculty in abundance. Mahatmanaha. Partha, what does he say? Those of noble heart, on the other hand, Ananya Manasaha. Ananya Manasaha, the manas, the mind, is totally employed on what? Employed on Paramatma. Mahatmanastu mam Partha. Daivim Prakritim Ashritaha. They have taken to the Daiva Prakriti. We will know more about this when we go to the 16th chapter. 16th chapter is the Daiva, Asura, Vibhaga Yogaha. Daivasura Vibhaga Yogaha. Okay. In that Daivim Prakriti, Bhagavan Krishna says cleanly, this is all Daivi Gunaha. As opposed to this, Asuri Gunaha. All those things in the 16th chapter, Bhagavan is going to cover very nicely. Mahatmanastu Mam Pada, tu, whereas Mahatmanaha, he Pada, Daivim Prakritim Ashritaha, Mam Bhajanti Ananyamanasaha, Mam Bhajanti. They worship me without the mind flickering at all. From the thought of me, it always is constant. Na, Nengate, Nengate, always the thought of me. Mahatmanastu Mam Pada, Daivim Prakritim Ashritaha, Mam Bhajanti Ananyamanasaha. How Bhutadim Avyayam Jnatva, Bhutadim Avyayam Jnatva, knowing fully well what is the cause for the Bhutadi, Avyayam, and what is that cause? Avyayam, indeclinable. Arjuna, those of noble heart, on the other hand, who are given to a spiritual disposition, knowing me as the imperishable cause of all beings and elements, and being totally committed to me, seek me. Totally committed to me, seek me. And seek me is what? Seek the Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Seek me means what? It's not just a form. Because earlier verse was Avajananti Mamudhaha Manushim Tanumashritam. So this Mahatmanaha cannot be equated to that Mudaha. These are Vimudaha. Visheshan Mudaha are those people who Avajananti Mamudaha. Here, these are freed from the Mudha Swabhavaha. These are different. Avajananti Mamudaha Manushim Tanumashritam Param Bhavam Ajanantaha Mama Bhuta Maheshwaram Moghasha Mogha Karmanaha Mogha Jnana Vichetasaha Rakshasim Asurim Chaiva Prakritim Mohinim Sritaha. Those are the Modha Purushas. Here, two, whereas Mahatmanaha, Mam Padha, Daivim Prakritim Ashritaha, Bhutadim Avjayam iti Mam Jnatva, Bhajanti Ananyamanasaha, Bhajanti Ananyamanasaha, without any other disturbing thought in the mind, with Sajatiya Vritti Pravaha Sahita, they will think about me only, either Saguna Rupena or Nirguna Rupena. Saguna Rupena, it will be the Dhyanam. Nirguna Rupena, it will be the Nidhidhyasanam. Those of noble heart, on the other hand, who are given to a spiritual disposition with Daivim Prakritim Ashritaha. Daivim Prakritim. Know me as the imperishable cause of all beings and elements, and being totally committed to me, seek me. Seek me is seek me alone. Seek me alone. It's not as though seek me and also some other deities, and Monday some deity, Tuesday some other deity, etc. And seek me once in a while whenever they can, whenever they please. No, none of those. Ananya Manasaha. And what do they do? Satatam Kirtayanto Mam. Mam Satatam Kirtayantaha. They will always keep on Kirtayantaha. Kirtayantaha means they will keep on praising me. Kirtayantaha. And or they will be singing praises of me. They will be singing such slokas which are venerating me. Satatam Kirtayantaha Mam. Yatantasya Drudhavrataha. Yatantasya Drudhavrataha. They are given to tremendous committed vows, vrataha, committed vows. Namasyantasya mam bhaktya nityayukta upasate. Namasyantasya mam bhaktya. They will prostrate to me. Namasyantasya mam bhaktya. With tremendous devotion. Nityayuktaha upasate. They are kind. Nityayuktaha, like Swamiji says, they are together. Upasate. Upasanam karoti. Yeah, go to the Pritipadartha, please. Yeah. Mam satatam kirtayantaha. Those who are always appreciating, inquiring into me. Yatantaha cha, and making the necessary efforts. Drudhavrataha, those whose commitment is firm. Namasyantaha cha mam, and those who remain surrendered to me. Bhaktya, with devotion. Nityayuktaha, who are always united to me. They are together. Upasate, they seek me. Those who are always appreciating me and making the necessary efforts, whose commitment is firm and who remain surrendered to me with devotion, who are always united to me, seek me. Why do they surrender to him with devotion? Because Jnatva bhutadim avyayam, earlier verse, that 11th or 12th verse. Jnatva bhutadim avyayam. Is it not? Jnatva bhutadim avyayam. Here, Jnatva bhuta, 13th verse. Jnatva bhutadim avyayam. Knowing me to be the cause of the entire Jagat that has manifest. Jnatva bhutadim avyayam. Satatam kirtayanto mam. Yatantasya drudhavrataha. Namasyantasya mam bhaktya nityayukta upasate. And what kind of an upasana they will do? They do what? Jnana yajnena chapyanye ijanto mam upasate ekatvena prudhaktvena bahudha vishvato mukham. Here. Can you live this verse? Jnana yajnena chapyanye yajanto mam upasate. Others, anye. Anye means that satatam kirtayanto mam yatantasya drudhavrata. Those are one set of bhaktas. Other set of bhaktas what? Jnana yajnana chepi anye. Anye means other bhaktas. Yajanto mam upasate. They will worship me in this manner and worship me ekatvena, prudhatvena, bahudha, vishvato mukham. Anye cha api, and there are others also. Jnana yajnena, with the ritual of knowledge. Jnana yajnena. This we have covered in the 4th chapter. Dravya yajna, tapo yajna, jnana yajna parantapa. Sarvam karmakhilam partha jnane parisamapyate. That kind of a jnana yajna, they will worship me. Yajantaha, worship me. Mam, me. And how do they worship? Vishvato mukham, who is many-faceted. You try to remember the Purusha Suktam. Okay? Vishvato mukham, ekatvena, as one. Prudhatvena, as distinct. Bahudha, in many ways, upasate. They worship me in different ways. They worship me in different ways. Jnatva bhutadim avyayam, that should not be forgotten. Jnatva bhutadim avyayam is common to that satatam kirtayanto mam yatantasya drudhavrataha, as also jnana yajnena chapyanye yajanto mam upasate ekatvena pruthatvena bahudha vishvato mukham. Aham kraturham yajnaha.
Nana, 1 minute. In this,
Yeah.
in taking the shloka, in many ways as one and as distinct, they worship me as the one who is many faceted. Can we apply that to to the worship of many devas, like you were mentioning.
No, no.
You know.
No, that mom is very important. That mom. Yatantasya drudhavrataha yajantaha mom. This mom should not be forgotten.
Yeah, it's the same divine energy, that is that mom, that is there in say Ganesha, in Lord Shiva, in Lord Krishna, in Durga. So can that be equated there, so that you're prostrating, you're praying to the divine energy, which is
No,
manifesting in multiple
no,
aspects.
no, no. That will be
Mm.
a kind of a path you are cutting out for yourself to be in a position to do the yajna yaga regarding propitiating other deities. No, mom is very important. Okay, jnana yajnena chapi anye ejanto mam upasate. And mom can be in this way. Ekatvena, prudhatvena, bahudha. That bahudha can be when you go to the 12th, 11th chapter, sorry. Not, I was about to say 12th. Bahudha. When we go to the Vishwarupa, that bahudha. Vishwato mukham. And the faces everywhere. That's why I said, you think of Purusha Suktam. Think of Purusha Suktam. It is talking of just one deity. Purusha Suktam is not talking of many. It is only one. That Virat Purushaha. Ekatvena, Prudhatvena, Bahudha, Vishwato Mukham. By trying to have other deities included in this sloka would mean Bhagavan has said earlier said what? Antavattu phalantesham tadbhavachyalpamedhasam devan devajajo yanti madbhakta yanti mamapi. He said that, isn't it? In which chapter is that?
I think in the
Seventh
seventh,
chapter.
maybe.
Antavattu phalantesham. Those people who keep on, desiring things and propitiating different kinds of deities as they please, depending on fulfilling their desires, what kind of desires they entertain. If they do that, antavattu phalantesham, the result that they accrue is antavat. It is finite. Antavat, it has an end. Finite. Antavattu phalam tesham tadbhavati achyalpamedhasam. Achyalpamedhasam. Here being talked of is what? Mahatmanastu mam partha. They are not achyalpamedhasam. Mahatmanastu mam partha daivim prakritim ashritaha bhajanti ananya manasaha. How jnatva bhutadhimaviyam. Such kind of highly evolved souls he is talking of. They cannot be equated to people who try to worship all kinds of deities as they please. No. Jnana yajnena chapyanye. These are even higher evolved compared to the earlier verses Mahatmanaha, Satatam Kirtayanto Mam. These are even higher placed. Jnana yajnena chapi anye. Ejanto mam upasate. Ekatvena prudhatvena is all for that mom. Bahudha vishwato mukham. Understand? Have I made it clear, Brahmara?
Yeah, but somehow I think I don't know, Nana. The divine energy is same. It is manifesting in different ways. That's one thing I'm not
Bhagavan,
really able to
that
understand.
Bhagavan has already said.
Yeah.
And whatever deity you propitiate, I will ensure that your Shraddha in that direction is kind of okay. It is not disturbed. I will not disturb you from the Shraddha, but understand. Antavattu palam tesham tadbhavati achyalpamedhasam. I want you to be a a Jnanavan. When I want you to be a Jnanavan, this Achalpa Medasam, I will not really relish. Jnana chapyanye yajanto mamupasate ekatvena prudhatvena bahudha vishwato mukham. And Bhagavan is saying now, aham kratuhu, aham yajnaha, swadaham aham, mantraha aham. Beautiful. Aham kraturaham yajnaha, swadaham aham aushadham. I am everything. Mantroham aham evadyam, aham agnihi, aham hutam.
Like the Brahmarpanam
Brahma, yeah,
Brahmahati.
very right. Brahmarpanam, Brahmahatihi, Brahmagno, Brahmanahutam, Brahmaiva tena gantavyam, Brahma karma samadhina. Here, Bhagavan Krishna is saying what? Aham kratuhu. Kratuhu. Between kratu and yajna, I believe the essential difference would be in the kratu, there is some jiva himsa. Some kind of a jiva himsa is there, kratu. Okay? Whereas in the yajna, etc., there may not be jiva himsa. Aham kratuhu, aham yajnaha, I am yajnaha means I am the yajna, okay. Aham swadha, swadha is what is offered to the piturs. Aham swadha, aham aushadham, yeah. Food in general. Aham mantraha, I am the chants. Aham eva ajyam, I am the ghee that is poured as havish. Aham agnihi, I am the fire. Aham hutam, I am the oblation. I am everything. I am the ritual, I am the worship, I am the food that is offered, I am food in general, I am the chants, I alone am the ghee, I am the ritual fire, I am the oblation. Why all this? In the 7th chapter, I think the 7th verse or so, Bhagavan, what did he say? Matta parataram nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya. Is it not? Mattaha parataram nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya. He said that in one line. Matta parataram nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya. Mai sarvamidam protam sutre maniganaha iva. If we have understood the essence of that verse, this is easily understood. I am this, I am that, I am that, I am that, I am that. What is that you are not, Paramatma? Ekataya, what is it you are not? Why are you trying to reiterate this time and again? We know this. Matta parataram nanyata kinchidasti dhananjaya. We entirely believed that. And this is in line with what you are saying. I am the ritual, I am the worship, I am the food that is offered, I am food in general. See the difference in the languages. Whereas you chant the Sanskrit verse, you feel as though elated. Here, when you read this simple translation in English, it gives you as though some kind of a deficiency. Aham kraturaham yajnaha swadhaham aham aushadham mantroham aham evadyam aham agniraham hutam pitahamasya jagatah
Nana,
mata.
it is it is
Huh?
8 o'clock your time.
Oh, I'm so sorry. See, I did not see in this place. My only clock is my cell phone, which I forgot to tap. Generally, I tap. I forgot. Thank you so much. Pitahamasya jagataha mata dhata pitamaha vedyam pavitram omkaraha ruksamayudevacha. Everything is him. We'll see this tomorrow. Thank you so much for reminding me. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve bhadrani pashyantu ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om everybody. Sorry I have outstripped the time.
Hari Om. Dhanyavad Nanaji.
Hare